Stellar Blade is one of those games with a gorgeous female protagonist that will make all you young boys fall in love. But if you think this is all the game is about, you're absolutely wrong. This is an amazing action-adventure game with an excellent gameplay and impressive visuals. The game was developed by the studio Shift Up Corporation and was released to PlayStation 5 in 2024, but in June 11, 2025, it's coming out to Windows, and I already know what kind of mods you're imagining now. Ravaged by strange, powerful creatures, Earth has been abandoned, and what is left of the decimated human race has fled to a colony in outer space. After traveling from the colony, Eve arrives on the desolate remains of our planet with a clear-cut mission to save humankind by reclaiming Earth from the Natiba, the malevolent force that has devastated it. A fast-paced action game that mixes features of a hack-and-slash game with Souls-like, with a lot of charisma and style. Nier Automata tells the story of androids 2B, 9S, and A2, and their battle to reclaim the machine-driven dystopia overrun by powerful machines. A unique game with a lot of style. The studios that developed the game were Square Enix and Platinum Games, and it was released in 2017 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Nintendo Switch. Beyond the graphics and style of the game, its story is really good, with many breathtaking action moments that mixed with a fast-paced and stylish combat is mind-blowing.
And wonder if we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
Perhaps we're not so different after all. To me! We better finish this quick!
In a final effort to take back the planet, the human resistance sends a force of android soldiers to destroy the invaders. This is that kind of game with a lot of possibilities, some that you wouldn't believe, and in total, the game has 26 possible endings, with some really hard to get, and some that is even faster than the normal ones, like selling a simple item of your inventory, and it's all over. So if still didn't play this game, do a favor to yourself and do it, you won't regret.
Perhaps we're not so different after all.
You want to touch me? Come on.
Bayonetta is an insane hack-and-slash game in the style of the classic Devil May Cry games, but here, instead of Dante, you'll play with a female protagonist. The game was developed by the studio Platinum Games and initially released in 2009, but it was released to the new consoles later, and it's now available on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Wii U, PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360 and 1, and Windows, and is a very fun fast-paced hack-and-slash experience. Bayonetta, the last survivor of an ancient witch clan who keep the balance between light, dark, and chaos. Entombed to protect herself and the world as we know it, Bayonetta is discovered and revived after 500 years, sparking a chain of events with cataclysmic repercussions. A game that will blow your mind if you never played, with many incredible scenes, movements, and much more. The game also has two sequels, Bayonetta 2 and 3, but they're only available on Nintendo consoles. The 2 is on Wii U and Switch, and the third game only on Nintendo Switch. But if you're not a Nintendo player, the first game will be really fun by itself.
It's the same smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered. Which means I'm right on your doorstep, Bayonetta.
This is incredible! Juliet, you actually made it! fantastic.
You!
Lollipop Chainsaw is a hidden gem of video games, an action game with a hack-and-slash approach, mixing a gorgeous female protagonist and a frantic gameplay.
I've been getting so lonely since you've been wasting all my dark purveyors.
The game was developed by the studio Grasshopper Manufacture and released in 2012 to PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but in 2024 a remastered version was released with some changes, but still a very fun game, and it's available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series, and Windows.
This is so irritating!
San Romero High School has been overrun by zombies, and it's up to cheerleader Juliet to save the day. But Juliet isn't just any high school cheerleader. As part of a legendary family of zombie hunters, she's more than equipped to fight the undead hordes. Using her acrobatic cheerleading skills, zombie-slaying expertise, and a seriously powerful chainsaw, she'll face down an army of the living dead and the evil forces behind them. So if you missed this game in the past and want to play something in the style of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, this game is surely going to make you have a good time.
Poor Lewis here is the only one left.
And there's about to be none. Bring it on, douchebag! I'm gonna F you up!
Elephant.
Wuthering Waves is a story-rich open-world action RPG with a high degree of freedom. You wake from your slumber as Rover, joined by a vibrant cast of resonators on a journey to reclaim your lost memories and change the world. The game was developed by the studio Koro Games and released in April of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Windows, Android, and iOS, and it's a free-to-play game, so if you like what you're seeing here, it's just download to try it out.
Swift and resolute. Ha! I sense your weakness.
Embrace high degrees of freedom in immersive overworld explorations. Utilize flight, grapple and wall dash to travel great distances and overcome obstacles with little strain for stamina consumed. As you can see, it's a game with an anime graphic style, with a fast and fanciful combat, with dragons and more fantasy creatures. So far the game is having success in reviews, with a score 9 of 10 on Steam, so it's worth to try it out. AI Limit is an interesting Souls-like game, mixing an anime graphic style but with some realistic details. For the fans of action RPG, this game is an interesting option if you're searching for a different game to play.
It's a realm surrounded by springs and waterfalls, where flowers bloom and trees thrive.
The game was developed by the studio Sense Games and released in March of 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows, and this is not a full-price game, so you're going to find it in a very good price. In the distant future, when civilization is on the verge of extinction, people follow the legend of the Elysium and the last city, Havenswell. In this post-apocalyptic wasteland sci-fi ARPG, you will play as Arisa, a blader with immortality, and explore the city ruined to find the hope of a new life. Despite the game is simple graphically, its gameplay is really fun, with interesting weapons and incredible boss fights, so this is a very interesting game to choose as your next Souls-like adventure.
We are the same. Seeking after far-fetched goals with crippled memories. However, I'm just a feeble scholar, while you possess power.
Final Fantasy XIII is not among the most beloved games of this series, but don't think it's cause it's a bad game. The reason that many people dislike it is cause it's more linear and with a complex and confusing story, but for these reasons there are many people that love this game. The game was developed by the studio Square Enix, and released in 2009, to PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows, and later to Android and iOS.
She did it!
Final Fantasy XIII is a fantasy RPG in which a band of brave humans struggle against fate in the utopian sky city of Cocoon and the primeval world of Pulse. Follow stylish heroine Lightning's fast-paced battles and high adventure in a mysterious new world. A game with interesting characters, a good gameplay, and an interesting storyline. It's one of the few games of the series that got a sequel, actually, Final Fantasy XIII 2, and Lightning Returns.
Very interesting.
Dead or Alive 6 is a fast-paced 3D fighting game produced by Koei Tecmo Games, featuring stunning graphics and multi-tiered stages that create a truly entertaining competitive experience. The game was released in 2019 to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Arcade, and Windows, and yes, this is that famous series of fighting games with interesting female characters. By interesting, you know what I mean. So if you like fighting games with applied physics as female fighters fight, this one will be interesting for you. With the help of a new graphics engine, Dead or Alive 6 aims to bring visual entertainment of fighting games to an entirely new level. The graphics are made to be both enticingly beautiful and realistic, bringing out enhanced facial expressions, such special effects as depiction of sweat and dirt on character models, and realistic hit effects. It's not a complex fighting game like Tekken or Street Fighter, but it's a fun experience.
Can't wait to cut you to pieces again and again and again!
Black Dahlia.
You thought you could escape? Adorable!
Skullgirl's Second Encore is a very fun indie 2D fighting game with beautiful hand-drawn graphic style mixing fast and stylish combat style with a deep competitive system. The game was developed by the studio Hidden Variable Studios and released in 2012 to a lot of platforms, but the main ones are PlayStation 3 and 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox 360 and One, Android, iOS, and Windows, and it's a very fun game, even if you're searching a fighting game just to have fun. Skullgirl's Second Encore is a beautiful, fast-paced, and critically acclaimed 2D fighting game that puts players in control of fierce warriors in an extraordinary Dark Deco world. Each of the 14 wildly original characters features unique gameplay mechanics and plenty of personality.
Can you dig it? Glowing in the dark.
Sakura Angels is an adult visual novel anime game, so if you're under 18, stay away from this game. Two girls, blessed with magical powers, are faced with the task of saving the lonely protagonist from the clutches of a mysterious witch and ancient evil, sealed away long ago by his ancestors. It was developed by the studio Winged Cloud and released in 2015 to Nintendo Switch, Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. The game contains mature content, such as some nudity, so I believe if you're going to play you're interested in this kind of content, right? Well, I never played it, but its reviews are really good on Steam, very positive, so I think if you're this kind of player, you may enjoy it.